I thought it was really good. I didn't like the 3 hours. You didn't either. I mean, it was just too long. It was too long.
Very long.
You know, they did that commercially. This has nothing to do with you or me, although you probably got paid so much money they needed the commercial income. But, you know, it sold out. The first 2 hours sold out so quickly. Thank you, Donald. And they made so much money. You know, they were going to ask, I guess, $4,000 for a short ad, I think a 30-second ad. I'm hearing they got 200 and 250,000. So when they sold out the first 2 hours, they said, we don't care about anybody else. Let's go out and make some more money, and maybe
I want you to.
But
I want you to know, Donald Trump. I didn't make a dime. I didn't make a single nickel off of that. So you and I are in the same boat.
Surprised at you. That's all right.
No, I'm just there for the joy. I'm just there for.
I wish they gave you a little more airtime, to be honest with you, right?
I was happy. Jake ran a very complicated. He's the quarterback. He's Cardale Jones. I'm the wide receiver. You know.
Right.
What did Ivanka say to you during the break? Because she came up to you during the first break, and I thought she talked to you, and was she giving you a little pep talk or?
Well, she really thought I was doing very well. You know, I was being hit by a lot of questions, and you know, every and if I wasn't, the question of the people of the other candidates was, you know, Mr. Trump said this, Mr. Trump said that. So, in fact, somebody estimated it was 47% of the questions. It was either to me or to the other people with my name in them. And Ivanka thought I was just doing well. She wouldn't, if I was doing badly, I don't think she'd want to come up and say that. But she thought I was doing very well. And I got a lot of good reviews on it. You know, NBC said I came out second in their poll that they came out with yesterday in terms of who won the debate. But most of them, as you know, Drudge and Time Magazine and all, they had me down as coming down number first. But, you know, it was a little bit different because so many of the questions were related to me. I don't know whether they should be. I don't think they should have been, other than I'm running number one, but I don't think that's the reason for it. I think the readings for, you know, maybe it's ratings. Who knows what it is.
Well, you are the front runner. And so when I asked you, for example, when you're going to have your national security team ready to roll out, do you have a rollout date? It's because people want to know who's going to help you. Have you figured out that yet?
And we're going to be announcing something very soon. We have a great team of people. You know, it's interesting because maybe of the front runner status, so many great national security people, including generals, have come to us and at the top level, and they want to be involved. And I think they like what I say about other things also, but they want to be involved, and we have a great team in place, or will shortly be in place. But they've actually come to me and said, we'd like to be involved. So, you know, I'm a little bit maybe not that surprised, but we're going to have a great team in place, absolutely.
Now, I'm kind of a hardliner on this stuff, and Frank Gaffney, General Jerry Boykin, and Andrew McCarthy, they're all my buddies. They come on the show. Do you think when you roll out this team, I don't know if you'll have McChrystal and Mattis on there, all these great warriors, do you think people like me who are national security minded will be reassured about your quality of your people?
I do. I think you're going to be impressed, and I think some of the people that we have, I won't even mention whether or not some of the names that you mentioned are involved, but I will tell you, I think you will be very impressed by the team. Again, you know, the most important is the person at top because you have to know what suggestions to take, et cetera, et cetera. But I think you'll be very impressed with the team. Really.
Now, there was an interesting conversation. Again, I think Tapper did a wonderful job, and he was talking to you about Putin, and Dana did a wonderful job as well. Now, Putin eats oligarchs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What makes you different from a Russian oligarch that you'll be able to take him on?
Well, I just think we'll get along. First of all, the oligarchs are under his control to a large extent. I mean, he can destroy them, and he has destroyed some of them. And, you know, with me, it doesn't make any difference. I was in Moscow not so long ago for an event that we had, a big event, and many of his people were there. It was the Miss Universe contest, which I actually sold, which worked out incredibly well for me. I sold it last week, the Miss Universe pageant.
Oh.
And 2 weeks ago, we made a tremendous deal on it. And 2 weeks ago, I was in Moscow. 2 years ago, I was in Moscow, and a lot of the people, they were there, and they had an amazing time, and they're terrific people. You know, I was getting along with them so great. I really loved my weekend. I called it my weekend in Moscow, but I was with the top-level people, both oligarchs and generals and top of the government people. I can't go further than that, but I will tell you that I met the top people, and the relationship was extraordinary. And we just don't have relationships in this country. You know, relationship is very important, whether it's congressmen or whether it's senators or, you know, whatever it may be. Relationship is a very important element, and we don't have it in this country anymore. You know, you can talk about Tip O'Neill and Ronald Reagan, and you can talk about it. There was two people that were very different in terms of their views, but they got along and they got things done. We don't have that anymore, which is a problem.
I agree. Now, I want to do sort of a Trump case study because people don't know how you get done what you do, and I want to use the old post office as my case study. It's like a Harvard Business School thing. I told you offline last week that I was after we had our little disagreement, and then we talked offline. I told you I'd been by the old post office, which used to be my office building. I don't know how anyone can turn that into a hotel. It was the worst office building I ever worked in. It's empty. It's old. So how did you get control of it? What are you going to do with it, and what's it tell us about the Trump way?